Good morning, Dutchman. Turns out I'm not on a boat. I'm in Sydney. It is Monday, October 12th in the late afternoon. I'm here just in the Botanic Gardens at Sydney with Christian Harriman. So I am no longer traveling alone, and we're all very excited for me. Things we're not excited for. My score this week sucks. I'm sitting at 32.5 points with just Antonio Brown to go. So I could be pulling up the low score of the season this week after giving Colin Cregan plenty of shit. So sorry about that, dude. I feel for you now. Yeah, my top scorer was TJ Yeldon with his 14.5. And then my next score after that is Mark Ingram with 7. Peyton Manning came with 6. The Jacksonville defense got -2. My tight end got 0. Randall Cobb got me 3.5. Just all around poor performance by my team. Kurt's team, Aaron Rodgers did well enough. Everybody really did well enough on Kurt's team. And when you're playing someone that's 32.5 points, well enough isn't that hard. Looking around the rest of the league. Looks like Brian Kelly edged out a win over Tom Butler. Close game there. Semi beats out his namesake pretty strongly, which will put him at 5-0 in a solo spot at first place. I almost did it. Kenny Dunn. Wow, I didn't realize that you were also doing terribly this week. And if Antonio Brown can get 6 more points than Marvin Gordon, I might actually not be the low score of the week. So let's all cross our fingers for that one. But it does look like Squeak will pull the win out over Kenny. Lou is losing to Geb, who still has a player to go. Could be fighting for the high score of the season. He's got 130 some right now. And in the interesting game this week, you have Tiller, who's losing 7.5 points to Krish, and has Antonio Gates to play. So that'll be the game to watch tonight for you guys. So that'll be fun. Yeah. Looks like Semi, you will be taking a solo position in first. So congratulations to that. I do concede, but I am happy that my first loss comes on just a terrible week, and I did not. Have the second most points and lose to the first. That would suck. I haven't done that yet. Yeah. So if you guys want to know what a guy with a hole in his eardrum looks like, it looks like this. I was scuba diving on Wednesday morning. I did a flip underwater and I popped a hole in my eardrum. So they kicked me off the boat. They were like, "No, we don't want you here. Go somewhere else." So I flew down to Sydney to meet up with Christian, and we were going to look for a place to live around here. So we're currently at the Sydney Opera House. Check that out. Whoa, Sydney Opera House. We're walking around. Things here are not cheap. Rent is not excluded from that. We're trying to find something, but most things in Sydney are looking for about $300 a week for a single bedroom. We're probably gonna, yeah, it's no fun. Yeah. I feel like I'm pulling out of the bottom of the barrel here, but weird Australian thing that we were noticing is the time zones here. They are so messed up. During non-daylight savings, they're not that bad. So during just standard time, they have 3 time zones. They have the Eastern and the Central and the West. I did that backwards. But the Eastern time zone is 2 hours ahead of the West and half an hour ahead of the Central. So it's like 9 o'clock here is 8:30 in Central and 7 o'clock on the West, which is like, oh, half an hour. It's a little weird. But, not that bad. But then when they go into daylight savings, everything gets messed up. So it's 9 o'clock in New South Wales, which is like the southeast part. And then above that in Queensland, so just to the north, it's 8 o'clock. And to the west of Queensland, it's 7:30. And then to the south of Queensland in southern Australia, it's 8:30. and then in the west, it's 6. So it can be 8:30. It can be 8:30, almost right next to where it's 6 o'clock. The time zone, if you go from southern Australia to Western Australia, you go from 8:30 to 6. But you can go from 6 o'clock in Western, 8:30 in Southern, to 7:30 in Northern, and then to 8:30. No, to 8 o'clock. No, to 7:30 to 8 o'clock in Queensland. And then you can come south, and then it'll be 9 o'clock. Because why? I don't know. Because crikey, mate. I don't know. Just throw that.
Fuck off.
Fuck off. That's why. Yeah. So that's our weird Aussie point out for the week. Yeah. Anyway. So yeah, that's Australia and whatnot. I am back at the flat I'm staying at right now. It's in a small suburb southwest of the CBD. Lots of Vietnamese and college kids here. So this here is Dom.
Well,
He hurt his hand the other day. Dom is kind enough to have hosted me for a week about a month ago when I was in Sydney the first time, and is hosting us on these couches right now.
hell yeah.
Super kind of him. So Dom, I just have a quick question for you.
Mm-hmm.
What do you know about American football?
The gridiron.
Yeah. I know, not really much. Mainly everything I know is from Madden, when people will play Madden.
Yeah. So give me just something.
Well, I know there's the quarterback, I know there's an offensive and defensive team,
Yeah.
I know it's about kind of making ground, and then it's super complicated with heaps of kind of fancy calls and shit like that.
Yeah.
And there's offensive and defensive coach.
Yeah. Sweet. That's a lot more than the other people have said.
Yeah.
So you're looking good.
And then the other thing I guess I know is what you see on TV is people fucking
Oh, I should actually point that at you.
people really hurting each other.
Yeah. Did you know that there is an Aussie there's an Aussie playing
Jared Hayne.
Oh, you know?
Yeah,
Do you know what team he plays for?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, but I said papers are crazy for it. They're always
Yeah.
crazy for any Australian impact on America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet. Awesome. Thanks.
No bloody worries.
The most eloquent response we've received so far. Yeah. Yeah. So not too much else for this week. Not sure what I'll be doing for the next week. I don't know where I'll be. I'll be in Sydney, but I don't know where I'm going to be living. Yeah. So good to talk to y'all. Squeaky. I will see you next week.